funny. Why? Because I spent ages fart-arsing around on TikTok, and then I stood here on my laptop, and I was fingering the screen, guys. I was trying to do stuff, and then I realised that it's not a tablet, is it? So I didn't realise. I'm like, why won't this move? Why isn't it working? 5 minutes I've been there tapping the screen like this, going, trying to get it. So never mind, I got there now. Maybe that's a sign of things to come. Maybe laptops are going to be like just giant tablets soon, or maybe they'll actually be in here and we'll be like this, just picking stuff out of thin air. I think that might be possible. Anyway, what we got going on? I'm Terry James. I'm your holistic mindset coach and digital entrepreneur. I am the host and the trainer and the party goer of Reboot U'22, the mind, body, and soul fitness positivity program that we're starting on Sunday. We have got limited spaces left. We've got about 10 spaces gone. There's room for 10 more people if you want. I've only actually got time for about 4 or 5 calls, though, to enroll people and apply. But hey ho, we will spend the Friday afternoon getting out to other people, doing some lives, throwing out some positivity and some love. What you guys on TikTok, Instagram, but everyone at the back here, back of the room of my auditorium, which is like Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. What you won't know on these front few rows is what this program is for. Okay, so I love working with awake people, digital entrepreneurs, maybe even people that are on the first run of the ladder of self-development journey, so law of attraction, or maybe you just want to learn about how to get better financial knowledge about digital systems, and more importantly, how you can navigate in these uncertain times into starting or creating an online revenue stream. So starting and scaling online business is essentially what I've been doing for the past few years. I've been helping other people do that. I come predominantly from the coaching, mindset, hypnotherapy background, and it's become really clear to me that that's where we all struggle to start with, because we need to believe in certain things, and we've been brought up into a false paradigm. Where are you going? Sorry, pussycats are all about me. I've got 5 cats, if you didn't know, and a dog. Should I try and let him up here? Yeah, let's see what he does. This guy is so cute. He ran away for like 3 months, but he's kind of closely become one of my favourites now. Come on, Zeus. He was called Susie. My granddad went to the nut house, basically. He saved his cats, saved them from being put down. And Susie, I'm like, it's a boy. Can't call the boy Susie. So we call him Zeus. Come on, you can come up over here, mate. That's it. So there's Zeus. There he comes. He's a good boy. Anyway, hello, Baba. Hello, Baba. Do you like Uncle? Got to call me Uncle. Do you ever do that with your families when it's like you've got nanny, granddad, mummy, daddy, uncle, and then everyone always gets confused. You never actually call anybody by the right bloody name. We have that, and we also have a family that's very gender confused, because we've actually got like 4 male cats, 1 girl cat, and a girl dog. And my mum just like says he, she. It doesn't trigger or annoy me at all, but I do find it like it's not hard to get hold of, is it? This is a boy cat. Hello. He loves his uncle. No, he knows. They know. Oh, Christ, my boy's come up now. So if you do see this isn't supposed to be a cat live, guys. This is supposed to be me selling the launch and actually promoting what we're doing here, so that you guys can still be fed and, kept in all the medicines that you have to be bloody surrounded in because of your illnesses and all that. Right, get your bum out of my face. Right, that's enough of that now. It's good fun while it lasted. Right, you go down there, young man. Zazzles, do you want to come up and say hello to everybody? Zaz. No, he's going to come back. Come on, Zazzles. Right, anyway. So, my background over the last few years was in the coaching mentoring space. I'm a high-ticket affiliate marketer. I have a business, I have a team, and I help mentor other people. But what I really am passionate, more so than that, and about helping people with mindset and the wellness. Sorry, this one's crawling up my back now. How funny. Don't work with children or animals, right? What I'm really passionate about is about being a light, being a voice for those that need it, that haven't kind of had the realization and their eyes open to what's really going on in this false paradigm that we live in. So I wanted to do a Reboot 22 program. Why did I want to do this? Well, I wanted people to have an opportunity. I start my New Year's resolutions in the end of the last quarter. So basically October, whatever I want to do for like New Year plans for business, personal mindset, I start there. And this is something that we've done in my community for the last few years. Guys, anybody still on, chuck us on a like, or if you're watching this another time, put a #replay in there for me so I can shout you out and say thank you to you guys for being on. So I knew, I did a 75 hard challenge, which I failed, but it's not about being negative and picking up on the bits that you fail. It's about pushing through, still picking up the good habits. And I was doing a hell of a lot. I did lose 5 kilos, made myself fit and 40, basically, fit and 40 bod, and managed to inspire some other people to make some life changes, like by drinking more water, through getting more traction and engagement on my posts, just because I had my tits out, essentially. But sex sells. So I've been playing with this whole social media, digital world that we're in the revolution of, really, to be honest with you. I have coaches, mentors of my own, which are millionaires, and I often have calls and chats and trainings with people that are billionaires, interviews and stuff like that. I don't do the interviews. I'm not going to say that. I will do soon, no doubt. But I'm in that stage now where I'm watching one of my mentors do that. I'm getting all the information and asking questions and doing all that good stuff. And then I pass on what I learn to other people, either through content on the pages or within an inner circle. And this is what Reboot 22 is about, essentially. It's about creating that inner circle of like mind. So you've got support, accountability, community. And these things are fundamental keystones in how we get the support. And then we can have stages. We can have a plan, stages, steps to take, and we implement those things, because knowledge is great. And it's great we're in receiving student mode, but knowledge without implementation is just self-development. And of course, there's a plethora of information. We're in the digital information age. The knowledge industry is booming. There's literally there's a course or a testimonial or a little video somewhere on the internet about literally anything and everything that you could want. However, free information is worth every penny. But when you pay attention. When you invest, there has to be this thing called fair trade of energy, because all money is an investment of your energy. And of course, you value that based upon its features, its benefits, but you value it essentially based upon how long it took you to earn whatever it is that you're going to be exchanging. So if something costs £1,000 and you're only earning £500 a week, if you lost £1,000, you'll be really pissed, because it's a couple of weeks. You've got to work 100 odd hours for that. If it's based on sort of like £10 an hour or something, which is pretty much the average wage, I think it could be. It should be more than that, because inflation's like at 15%. So there's all these things, there's all these problems that we are experiencing as essentially the herd. But down here in the swamp, and that's what the elites and people call the herd and the swamp where we live, the village of the damned, as it were, there's a lot of potential there. There's potential for people to step out of their comfort zones. There's a potential for people to actually level up in their own lives through the law of attraction, through holistic practices, through learning new things, staying in student mode, learning how to monetize social media is a huge one right now. There's this decentralization effort, this creator economy, which the whole marketing and branding and stuff over the last kind of 20, 30, 40 years has changed. You don't have billboards. You don't even really advertise on telly that much anymore. It's all on digital assets. It's within groups. It's adverts on pages popping up between videos. I've turned on some monetization tools on a few of the platforms and stuff that I've got. I like talking. Did you notice? I like talking about this stuff, and I like to share value with people. However, sometimes some of the videos would probably be better off if I was just standing there swearing, pissed, polarizing something, or twerking on TikTok with I don't know, what would I say, like a dressing gown, flossing with a dressing gown and having that rubbing up against my butt. But that's not all the way. You've got to be consistent. You've got to have a message. You've got to know what your core values, strengths, passions are. and you've got to stand for something. And I really do stand for tearing down, if we could, tearing down the paradigm, the false paradigm that we live in. But I do have to be very careful because I'm actually sat in other people's living rooms, so I have to actually abide by their rules. If I don't abide by their rules, they're going to take me away. They're going to take away the platform. They're not going to allow me to spend time in their living room talking to their guests, essentially. So this is why I wanted to create Reboot 22. I wanted to help people that were overwhelmed, stressed, procrastinating, like I did for so long. And the reasons I did that was because the environment I was in, because I didn't truly believe in myself. I mean, I believed and I knew that I wasn't going to stop. But every single time someone else, a friend, a family member, a critic, would turn around and say, "Oh, you know, isn't it tight? It's all nice. You're doing this kind of like this whatever stuff, woo-woo stuff, and you're trying to help people. But isn't it time you got a proper job now?" And I'm like, "Fucking hell! You're talking about me being a hypnotherapist, being like I'm like lost my mind or something." But in the time that I was actually working one-to-one as a hypnotherapist, solution focused hypnotherapy is awesome, by the way. It's not like any other therapy because you pretty much just do the same thing. It's all about the language and how you use that language to help reprogram your mind to change the way in which you talk to yourself. And then you're actually aware of how other people talk. So actually, you can start changing that because the way people talk, the way we speak, language is only the actual language spoken is only 10% of communication. 90% is kinesthetics, which basically means energy, vibration, emotion. Well, actually, it's emotion. Kinesthetics is the emotion, but also what falls into that is the energy, vibration, that kind of thing. So it's quite often now that I'll be talking about stuff, and unless I'm actually in the right room with the right people, those people aren't going to understand what I'm talking about. You know, if I start talking about conspiracy theories and all this, and people are like, "Oh God, he's one of the Tin Hatters," and I'm like, "Motherfuckers!" I'm like, "There's no such thing." Basically, the biggest conspiracy theory out there is that the government and all the constitutions that are set up to help us or to keep us safe and to look after us haven't got our best interests at heart. It's profit over people. That is global warming. Global warming is profit over people because if we gave people the choice, where we haven't been indoctrinated and been conditioned and programmed by TV, by essentially programming victims. We've got like 3-4 generations of people that are unhappy, unhealthy, aren't learning the right things, and we're basically in that same system. We're staying, you know, we're basically now from Victorian times when the kids would have been in workhouses, gone into like world wars and stuff, which there's so much lies and false information around wars, First World War, Second World War, even the little wars in between. They're kind of even now. It's so obvious that these things are kind of like made up to play people against each other, and it's because of it's the will of the people that are behind it. Like the people that are funding this war will fund both sides because there's a narrative, there's an agenda being played out. So I do get called out and get called for being a tin hatter and a this and a that, and I'm just like, I'm Jedi, motherfucker. We are the resistance. But decentralization is awesome for that. So by actually getting the a tribe of people for Reboot 22 that actually want to, now we're a month into the month, and they realize they haven't done XYZ or what needs to change. You can wait until the end of this year. This year will not be like the last 2 years, and not in a good way either. In a fantastic way, depending on everything to do with our perception and how we see it, because I see opportunity. I see opportunity to grow, to pivot, to move. And we want to take as many people on that journey as we possibly can. But other people see doom and gloom. Other people just see that it's raining all the time outside. And I'll be like, "Oh, liquid sunshine. The sun is always shining behind the clouds." And then they think, "Fuck off." And I'm like, "You fuck off." Because it's their perception, it's their awareness, and it's their choice. So someone could turn around and say that you're some sort of fucking see you next Tuesday for thinking what you think. But at the end of the day, to be awake, to be aware, to know that we're not crazy, we're not broken, we're just becoming, and that the problem is within society, the way we've been basically programmed, fed. Do you know what I mean? Even like food and stuff and the production of food is so disgusting, and it needs to change. It's a broken system. So yes, I'm more into naturopath these days. I don't agree with a lot of chemicals and stuff that's in our waters, in our foods. in the very thing that said it's going to help us, save us, and it's bollocks, in my opinion. But there's a place for it, and I am really, really respectful towards people that actually believe what they believe, and then they attack me for it, which I think is funny, because I'm not the one standing there going, you should fuck off, you prick should fuck off. I'm not. I'm being humble about it, because it's not anyone's fault. What it is our responsibility to do the best that we can. And the time is now to make changes to the way that we think. Unfortunately, we need to kind of decode and unlearn a lot of shit, because essentially we're full up with beliefs that are lies, even down to like the creation myth, how we're here, science, all these people that are, just basically guessing all this stuff, and then we then learn it like it's absolute, run our lives based upon it, and then it changes midway through our lives, and we wonder why we're fucking confused and fucked up. Or like me, I finished school when I was 16. I was like, I don't need to learn anything more now. Did my mechanics apprenticeship, then I had to change some bits on cars and about engines, and then apart from new jobs, I'd never learn anything else ever again. And that's how we're taught, unless you go to university. And then who's been to university, got 30-40 grand's worth of debt, doing something that probably didn't like that much, or you certainly ain't going to get a job doing that. Okay, there were exceptions to the rule, but the majority, 80% of people, do fuck all to do with their degrees when they come out, can't even get a job. Then when they do get jobs, and then they sort of, or even if they've left school, we're basically then indoctrinated to be like, oh, I must procreate, I must have a house, I must, not afford this car and pay monthly on it, so that people think that, oh, he's doing well, he's got a nice new car. Yeah, it's not fucking paid for, and it won't be paid for. But hey ho, that is the society we live in. So I think there is a catalyst to change, and it's our responsibility. It's no one's fault, it's no one's blame. We're all to blame if we don't take basically our life by the fucking plums, take back the steering wheel and start actually directing it in the direction we want to go. And that starts with our thoughts, our thinking, decoding, knowing how to, to thrive rather than just survive, being aware of language, be aware of the fucking letting go of shit, language, which is actually like brainwashing us essentially with thinking that certain things are normal, like normalization of death, murder, the way people treat people is fucking disgusting. So give us a like, give us a follow, and if you're into getting involved with us at Reboot U'22, come over to Facebook into our private group, the Personal Freedom Movement. You can join there. Don't even want to know your email to join there. You can join there. Be kind, be humble, introduce yourself, get involved with like minds, awake people, either on knowing about self-development journeys, law of attraction, maybe they're coaches, consultants, or healers. What I am really, really passionate about, because I've come from like the care, hospitality, the retail industries essentially, and that's what all this stuff is tearing down. It's fucking us up. It's the middle classes which are being squeezed. It's the middle classes which create a lot of the income for like taxation and stuff like that. But it is time to learn some new stuff, and it's learning how to make it work for you based on life built upon passions and purpose, not so that we can just work and die killing ourselves to a slave to the wage. Actually, I love that. A slave to the wage. I need to write that down. Don't be a slave to the wage. Slave. Can't spell for shit. To the wage. That's a good one. So I'm going to get myself away. I've got a lot of people in my networks, old clients, people that have hooked me up before, getting back to people just to invite them to do the Reboot U'22. There's actually only as the hours go by, I've got less and less time to jump on calls with people to do the enrollment, the application. But that's fine. There are ways round. We want to have 20 people on this program. Believe we're maybe around about 10 now. I need to about 3 more people this morning. I need to confirm, send up some posts saying we're in, create a little bit of hype for other people, and then start thinking about what we're going to be doing Sunday on a masterclass. The things we're going to be covering will be essentially when's the best possible time for us to jump on certain calls. For me to present will be a couple of times a week at different times to suit. We'll create our own private group. We'll have a chat that supports that as well. And then we'll start individually mapping out exactly where everybody is, where they want to be, the bits that are common to us all, so we can do certain things together. There'll be then accountability groups, so that it might be that someone's in, say, property, and someone wants to promote their art and commission that and create NFTs and learn about digital assets and the blockchain and stuff. So we can pair a couple of people off. There might be a couple of people that are doing the wellness and fitness spaces, like in affiliate marketing, that kind of thing. So again, there'll be certain tasks that we go, okay, so you two can do a little bit of this together, or collectively we can all achieve this together. So there'll be 5 spaces left to apply. Hurry now. We start. Did I write on there we start Sunday? Oh, I did. I have to move the phone out of the way because I can't bloody see it. So thank you for anyone that's been on, jumping on, and all that kind of thing. Big hello out there to you all in the world. I need to go because I know there's sausages in a roll in the oven downstairs, and I think I've been too long. I've already burnt the bloody thing. Whoops. But that's what we are doing. We're starting off with fundamental basis of hypnosis, reprogramming, where we are in the world. Because did you know that actually the biggest addiction of our time is thinking, closely followed by sugar? But also we've got a false illusion of problems. There is no problems. There are no issues, because everything is in perfect balance and harmony in this universe. So it's all about perception. You can look at it and go, ah, when people talk about the half full, half empty thing. You can look at something and look at the negative, or you can look at the upside, polarized positive side, or what's the upside to a bad situation. Within no matter what anyone ever says to you, it's coming from a place, an intention from them of positive, because they from their makeup, from their bias, their personality, they may not be out to discredit you, but if they are saying something, it might be coming from a place of love. It could be a family member saying, like, oh, don't, it could be a family member of mine ringing me up and, oh, I keep seeing these lives of yours, but there's never like that many people on them, and you're like, well, okay, you don't understand what it is I'm doing. But the right people, I could do a video out of 10 places, one person see it, that one person get in contact with me, I can end up then working with that one person for the rest of my life. We could then do certain collaborations. We could actually work together, do joint ventures, and actually create something that's then going to change the world. So there's power in one. So don't be so fucking pessimistic. Believe in yourself, love yourself. To soar in life, the first thing we must learn to do is fly. First, love yourself. And that isn't easy. It is hard, because it's something that we've never been shown or prepped or told about before. So it goes against everything that we think that we're here to do. Having good feels, or getting used to my own voice, getting used to looking at myself, speaking kindly to myself, saying that I love you, nurturing in the child, going within. Oh God, it feels uncomfortable. Yes, but when the uncomfortable periods in our lives is where the most growth happens. Growth doesn't happen without getting sticky, without getting uncomfortable. No growth does. It is what it is. So, speak to you all soon. Take care. You can get in. You can get straight into an application if you want to learn more about this stuff and get close to me and talk to me on a call by tapping in rebootform.terrylifestyle.com. I'm very visual. I actually have to envisage it in my own mind across, and then I have to read it. I'm a very visual person. I'm a very creative person. I'm a very loving person. That lovingness and that want to help other people gets taken the fucking piss out of at times by people. I've had to build up a massive amount of resilience for my own self-worth, and to build up that tenacity of not giving a fuck what other people think. So haters used to really bother me. I do all these things, and there's loads of old content, and I was overweight, and I can rip myself, but at the time, that is me, and there's so much value to be had in that. Sometimes people wouldn't see some of it. Sometimes I might F and blind, but I was operating from ego. I didn't care as much then. I got to the point when I did care more, but then I realised I needed to be the best I could be. Excuse me. So I can then take the time to actually plan what I want, be really concise with what my missions, my values, and my purpose are, so I can talk to the right people. know who I want to help, but know who I am in the process, so that I don't lose myself, and then help other people to do the same. And it all starts in mindset every single time. Whether you want to be in property, whether you want to do creative economy, whether you want to do an OnlyFans page and get your fucking tits out, whatever, I'm cool. I'm down with it all, baby. But none of it will be futile unless you believe in yourself, unless you take actions, whether you're prepared to fail forward, that you know that the journey, the juice is worth the squeeze, and that it's going to be fucking hard, and it's going to take, you know, a couple of years to get there with consistency and changing and making mistakes and falling forward, failing forward. Success is the measure of one's ability to go from failure to failure without loss of intensity, focus, and enthusiasm. Write that shit down. Cool. Speak to you soon, guys. Want to get more people on this reboot mission. If you think it's going to be handy to someone that you know, to you, get involved. Get in the personal freedom group. Get involved with us. If you think it'd be good for someone else, tag them up. Like, follow, share. It's not a lot to ask for. Someone will, and it'll be good for someone. It will change a life. It will save a life. Certainly saved mine. And if it wasn't for this stuff, and it wasn't for certain people and accountability and the things that I do and the belief that I have in being in that right space, I wouldn't be here now, without a doubt. Why would I? But there's no failure. There's no growth without failure and uncomfortable action at some point. And it's definitely worth it when you really start getting aligned, and when you create that freedom for yourself and you can push through the other side. And that's what we're here for, right? We're not here for a long time. We're here for the best of times. And I believe that what is love? Love is whatever you put your focus to, whatever you're paying attention to, and whatever you're participating in. What is a life mission? Be kind and help people. Simple. What is entrepreneurship in 2022? It's the business of people helping people. That's all entrepreneurship is. Helping people. There's a knowledge industry, there's the self-improvement, education systems, and all that, and it's essentially sharing information from someone that's already done it. Got those skills. Got the skills. Pass them on. So I'm going to go. Please like, please love yourself first. Please throw some love and some like up on these posts so more people get to see them. And if you're in the space where you'd like to invest a fair exchange of time and energy, invest in yourself for a fair exchange for my time and energy to help and to support, then this change program is definitely for you. So get involved, like our stuff, and I'll speak to you all soon. I'm going to go and have homemade chips and sausages for lunch. It's actually almost like my breakfast, but sod it. Remember, I used to have sausage, chips and gravy at school, and I fancied it. So fuck it, why not? A little bit of what you fancy does you good. Fitness journeys, whatever, blah, blah, blah. A little bit of what you fancy does you good. And you can learn all about that juicy stuff as well. Fitness, wellness, holistic, business. Let's do it. Let's go on that change program together. See you later. See you later at the back of the room.